Colorista II has a highlight recovery tool. Now you've probably seen those before in applications like Lightroom and Aperture, but the one in Colorista works a little differently. I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm going to apply Colorista to this shot. Now if I just bring down the mids, you'll see very clearly that we're missing, there's some blown out highlight detail. In fact, if we step through the channels, you can see red in particular. There's very little detail left in those highlights. If you reach for highlight recovery first, nothing's going to happen, and that might confuse you, and I understand that, but let me just show you how it's kind of meant to be used. It's meant to be used after you've dialed in a look for the shot. So I'm going to kind of warm this shot up, do the traditional kind of thing here, drop the shadows down a little bit, just kind of get the shot looking a little bit nicer. In the process of warming up the shot, I've really kind of run out of detail in her face. You see that by color correcting the shot, actually cooling the shot even shows it off worse. The lack of highlight detail in in her nose in particular is really obnoxious. And that's because by cooling the shot down, I've darkened that red channel, and that red channel had no detail in it. So now let's reach for highlight recovery. You just start to slowly turn it up. And what you'll see is that not only are we bringing her cheeks and nose back up, but we're actually building a nose where she had none. So I'm going to just turn it off, 0, put it to say 50, and now she's got a nose. So the easiest way to see this would just be to neutralize the shot and just darken it down. So again, I'm going to look at highlight recovery of 0, highlight recovery of 50. So highlight recovery is not designed to take blown out highlights and wrangle them back into an exposure range that you like. I'll leave that up to you how you want to do that with the color correction, but what highlight recovery is doing is something that you could never do with all the color correction tools in the world. It's actually finding those plateaus of blown out color and actually filling in the missing information. And as a result, you can wind up with something that looks like this, where you have a nice smooth range of really nice skin tones on a shot that started off like this, where literally, her cheeks and her nose were left purely to your imagination. We've actually not only filled in the detail that was missing, but we've rebuilt a missing part of her body. It's a pretty cool feature. You won't use it all the time, but when you do, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it.